Hello everyone, welcome to Logic Sensei, your go-to place to master logical reasoning. This is part 4 of my NPAT sample paper playlist. Let's jump into the next questions which are based on pulley and gear problem. So basic concept of pulley and belt reasoning problems are just about figuring out which direction each pulley rotates when the other pulley moves. So these are common logical reasoning problems. All you have to understand is there are two types of connection. One is an open belt connection and second is the cross belt connection. Open belt doesn't have any cross between them. So if you see no cross, then it's an open belt connection. If you see a cross, then it's a cross belt connection. In open belt connection, both the pulleys rotate in same direction, and in cross belt connection, both pulleys rotate in an opposite direction. So these are the only concepts that you need to understand to solve this question. Typically, we have a starting pulley and then form a chain and determine the direction of all the pulleys. Let's solve this question to understand. Let us assume A is rotating in a clockwise position. Now, if you see A and B, they are cross belt connection. Hence, they rotate in an opposite direction. Hence, B rotates in anti-clockwise manner. Now, if you see B and C, they don't have any cross. Okay, so they are an open belt connection. So even C rotates in the direction of B, hence it's an anti-clockwise direction. Now C and D again will have an opposite direction rotation. Why? Because it has a cross belt connection, hence D moves in a clockwise direction, and since D and E is open belt, E also moves in a clockwise same direction as D. Let's see what are true in these options. Now wheels A and D rotate in the same direction. Yes, A rotates in clockwise and D rotates in clockwise. So hence A is true. Let's go over the next options as well. Wheels A and C rotate in the same direction as wheels B and E. But A and C don't rotate in the same direction, so B is wrong. Now wheels A and E rotate in the same direction as wheels B and C. No, it's clockwise and anti-clockwise, so this is wrong. Wheels B and C rotate in the same direction as wheels D and E. B and C are anti-clockwise, D and E are clockwise, so this doesn't hold true. Now, if wheel A rotates clockwise, wheels B, D, E rotates clockwise. Wrong. Here, B doesn't rotate clockwise, hence even E is not true. Your answer is A. Let's solve the next question also, which is on the same concept. Let's assume A is rotating in a clockwise direction. Now, since A and B are open belt connection, B rotates in a clockwise direction. Since B and C are also in an open belt connection, even C rotates in clockwise direction. Since C and D are in a cross belt connection, it rotates in a different direction, hence its anti-clockwise direction. And since D and E are cross-belt connection, they both rotate in a different direction, hence E rotates in a clockwise direction. So let's go through the options. A. Wheels A and D rotate in the same direction. A is clockwise and D is anti-clockwise, so this doesn't follow. B. Wheels A and C rotate in the same direction. Yes, they both rotate clockwise as wheels B and E. Yes, B and E also rotates clockwise. So B holds true. Let's go over the rest options as well. C states wheels A and D rotate in the same direction. The first statement itself is false because they rotate in an opposite direction. Hence, let's go over to the next option, which is D. Wheels B and C rotates in the same direction as wheels D and E. This is wrong. Why? Because B and C rotates clockwise and D and E rotate anti-clockwise. Hence, D is wrong. If wheel A rotates clockwise, wheels B, D, and E rotates clockwise. Wrong. Why? Because D will rotate in opposite direction as A. So it's anti-clockwise. Hence, it's wrong. Your answer is option B. Let's go over the next question. So here you see a gear problem. Now, if you can see, there is one concept that you should know before solving this problem, that whenever there are gears that touch each other, they both move in an opposite direction. So if you can see, if this gear rotates like this, the other gear will rotate in the other direction. Okay, so let's solve this problem. Let me name the gears first. Let this be A, this gear be B, C, D, E, F. Now assume B rotates in a clockwise direction. Since B rotates in a clockwise direction and it is in contact with gear A rotates in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and C, since it's in direct contact with B, even it rotates opposite, hence it rotates in an anti-clockwise direction. Now, because of movements of A, the conveyor 2 tend to move up. Okay. Now, because of C, the conveyor 1 tends to move right. Since it's right, it basically pushes D in this manner, in a anti-clockwise direction. Since D has anti-clockwise direction, E will have a clockwise direction. E and F are direct gears, hence F will have an anti-clockwise direction. Since that's an anti-clockwise direction, conveyor 2 is pushed down because of gear F. So A pushes conveyor 2 up, but F pushes conveyor 2 down. This is not possible. It's the same conveyor belt. Hence, none of the conveyors move due to a mechanical error. Okay, that is the solution of this problem. Answer is A. Let's solve the next question in this concept. So we see here there is a combination of the pulley and the gear problems, right? Let's first solve the model. Let's assume the starting pulleys are going in a clockwise direction. Now the next pulley is in an open belt connection. Hence, it also moves in a clockwise manner. The next two is also a open belt connection. Hence, this moves in a clockwise manner. Now, since this moves in a clockwise manner and there is a direct contact of gears, they move in an opposite manner. So, this moves in an AC position. Let's go to model 2. Assume the starting pulley moves in a clockwise direction. Since they both are connected in an open belt connection, this will be rotating in the same direction as well. The next are direct connection of gears, hence they move in an opposite direction, which is AC. Now the gear and the next pulley are a open belt connection, hence they have same direction, hence it's a anti-clockwise direction. Next, coming to the model 3, let's assume the starting pulley again here rotates in a clockwise direction. They both are connected with an open belt connection, hence the gear also moves in a clockwise direction. Now the gear and the next pulley are also in a open belt connection, so they move in the same direction, hence it's a clockwise. The last pulleys are connected in a cross belt connection. You see an X mark here, hence they move in an opposite direction. So it moves in an anti-clockwise rotation. Now what is conclusion 1? Conclusion 1 are models 1 and 2 can be used to get same result with respect to the direction of rotation. This is wrong. Why? Because the third gear will get you an anti-clockwise direction in model 2 and a clockwise direction in model 1. So they are different. Hence model 1 and 2 won't give the same result. Now conclusion 2 states model 2 and 3 can be used to get the same result. Again, there is a mismatch in the third gears and pulleys, right? So conclusion 2 also won't hold because model 2 has anti-clockwise and model 3 has clockwise here. Now coming to the conclusion 3, models 1 and 3 can be used to get the same result with respect to the direction. This matches because the first gears are clockwise, second gears are also clockwise, the third are clockwise and the fourth are anti-clockwise. Hence model 1 and 3 get the same result. So only conclusion 3 follows. Answer is C. So that's your quick reasoning warm up for today. If you found this helpful, like, share and subscribe to Logic Sensei. Stay tuned for the next video.